I don't love the visibility right here with the column. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Something big has happened that a lot of people have been waiting for. The federal tax incentive of $7,500 to purchase an electric vehicle can now be taken at the point of sale. This means you can take that $7,500 right off the purchase price when you buy your vehicle rather than waiting to take a tax reduction at the end of the year. For some folks, that's a big deal. Who qualifies for this incentive? Well, married couples filing jointly with an adjusted gross income of $300,000 or less, those filing as head of household at $225,000 or less, or $150,000, all other filers. Now, this isn't tax advice. Please consult your tax professional. So the incentive, unfortunately, doesn't cover all vehicles. There are price caps. So, for example, if you want to upgrade your tires and wheels, change your interior color, go for the yoke steering, your car may no longer qualify. For Tesla, for example, the Model 3 Performance is capped at $55,000. Model Y and Model X are all capped at $80,000. The Model S, unfortunately, doesn't qualify. So why am I telling you this? Well, we've been tossing around the idea of upgrading our Model Y to a Model X, and today we're going for a test drive. Now, Tesla makes a demo ride super easy. You go to their website, click on the app, click on Demo at the bottom of the page, fill in a couple of personal details, your name, your email address, your phone number, choose the car that you'd like to test drive, the time and the location, hit Submit, and voila, that's it. Super simple. I entered my information this morning, and within 5 to 10 minutes, I got a call from a nice gentleman named Nick. He wanted to know if I had any questions before I arrived. Said the car that I wanted to test drive was available, and he'd have it out front waiting for me. Doesn't get easier than that. As you guys know, if you watch my channel, I currently have a Model Y Performance. Not really in the market for a new car just yet, but there's a lot of compelling reasons to look at a new Tesla. Anything from the X down to the Y and the Model 3. These qualify for the government incentives right now of $7,500. The Model X only qualifies for that, of course, if you stay with a car that's underneath of the $80,000 limit. In particular case, I think you have to go with the gray on the exterior and with a black interior. But anyway, let's take a look at the X and see what it has to offer. So this particular car has the 20-inch wheels. This is the 7-seater version. Let's take a quick look inside. So you'll notice inside here, this is a cream-colored interior. It does have the perforated seats. There's a small screen back here in the back for entertainment for your riders, whomever that might be. And then let's take a look. And currently we have the back seats folded down, but as I mentioned, this is a 7-seater. The one thing I would be interested in if I were buying a 7-seater is how flat it is in the back when the seats are folded down. We like to do some camping in our car. Has the auto trunk lid. This is what I was interested in. If you do the 7-seater, it does have a pretty flat surface back here. So if you're like us and you like to camp in the back of the car, that's still an option. Even with the 7-seater, you have space back here and the seats lay down flat. Over here in the corner, still have our cubbies where you can store things. The side, a little bit more shallow of a cubby. And there is, I don't know if you can see it, there is an outlet in there that you can plug a cigarette lighter style outlet. And let's see what we have under here. Our Model Y has quite a big space. So yeah, still got a pretty deep trunk back in here, even with the 7-seat option. Got the spoiler back here. That's quite a bit more of a spoiler than what I have on my Model Y Performance. Overall, a pretty nice car. And of course, the big selling point for the Model X are the Falcon Wing doors up here. Now let's check out the door, the way the doors work. So you see they automatically open for you. Now the one thing I can tell you already in driving this car is the yoke takes a bit of getting used to. The other thing that takes a little getting used to are there are no stocks. The biggest thing for me was the blinkers. So on my test drive today, it's taken me just a moment to get used to the using the arrows here on the steering wheel for the blinkers. I did find it after just a few blocks of driving, it wasn't as complicated as I thought it would be. Definitely feels weird not having the stocks. Now, one big difference between my Y and the X and the Model S is you do get this. You get the dashboard right here behind the steering wheel, and I kind of like that. I don't miss it that much. I don't miss it as much as I thought I would in my Model Y, but it does give the car a little bit more of a refined look inside, and kind of breaks up the size of the dashboard. Moving over here to the big screen, let's take a quick look at what our controls are. I do like that. We can close all of the doors and the rear hatch just using the menu button over here. Let's see what's in the menu. So far, let's see, we've got under our controls, we've got our front, our trunk, lock, charge port, wiper, windows. Looks like all the kind of basic stuff. Pedals and steering, chill, sport, insane, drag strip mode. I'm not sure why we have an insane mode on this. I would think that'd be something that would only be limited to the plaid version, and this isn't a plaid version. Let's see, regen braking, auto shift. When parked, automatically shifts to drive or reverse when the doors are closed. I didn't realize that. See what else we've got. We've got suspension. Yeah, see, this is an option I don't have in my Model Y. We've got air suspension, I believe, in this particular car. So right now it's set at low. Let's just see if we can feel the difference in how it moves. Oh yeah, I could definitely feel the car sinking down when I change that. Let's switch it over to the very high and see if just how it feels when it's moving up. So right now the car's set on high. Let's see what it looks like when it drops down to low. You can definitely see it visibly lower. Now let's take a look at it. Click the very high button. Yep, definitely gives you more ground clearance when it's set on very high. And of course, for the very best range, you definitely wouldn't want to drive around sitting on high. All right, so let's check out the size of the frunk. Jenny, you want to open the frunk? Yeah, so this is pretty good sized. It's definitely longer than the size of the frunk in my Model Y. I don't know if it's any deeper or not, but it's definitely longer. You got your tow hook that's right here in the front. You got an illuminator light, and then of course your various different. There's your tow package, your tow hitch that comes with the car, down in there, and the bag for your charging adapters. The lights have a really nice, sleek look to them. Pretty happy with that. Actually gives it a fairly aggressive look. All right, let's go take this thing for a test drive. It's definitely has good pickup speed, even though it's a little bit slower than our Performance Y. So Jenny, what's your overall impression of the car?
You mentioned about the glove box.
I didn't mention about the glove box. Let's try the voice commands. Open glove box. Well, the rest of the controls all seem pretty standard, pretty much what we're used to. Where you put the key to turn it on is different. In our Y, it's over here, and in the X, it's up here where you have your charging ports for your phone. Definitely seems a little quieter inside than our Y as well. The dashboard, I like the dashboard quite a lot. I like the contours of the dashboard. It's a little bit fancier than what we have. Now the sun visors, I can't say they block a lot. They're rather small and they look a little bit odd right here in the middle of this huge window. But the window does give you a whole lot of visibility outside the car. We have cup holders. Got another small cubby here where you can hide your chewing gum and whatnot. Pretty standard stuff, but it looks good. One thing I did notice when we're driving this is it has an indicator, little bell that dings that tells you when the lights change colors. Because that's kind of good, because if you're setting at a light, you're not paying attention, people behind you start honking because you're at a red light and the lights change to green. So I kind of like that feature actually. The heat is cooking me out of here at 73. I'm going to change that down. So setting up the test drive today was super simple. I went online to the using the Tesla app, went online, and I think it was about 3 clicks of the button, and I had my demo drive scheduled, which is really nice actually. It's definitely much easier than what it used to be. And then right after I set that up, probably 5 minutes later, someone from Tesla called me just to confirm the vehicle that we wanted to test, and ask if we had any questions beforehand where they needed to go over any of the details of the car with us. So really helpful. Our demo driver today at Tesla, his name is Nick. Pretty nice guy. All right, it's about time to take this back, so I'm going to find some place to turn around up here. Once again, using my fingers on the yoke here. Feels a little bit odd, but I do find I'm getting used to that easier than I thought I would. And actually the stock for the drive and reverse doesn't feel that necessary either, since you can just step on the brake pedal to get the car ready to take off. See how easy this is? Right up here, reverse, that was pretty easy. The visuals here are good. I did notice that I hit the blinkers just now with my finger trying to turn this yoke steering wheel, and I turned the blinkers back on. I not keep repeating myself, but the blinkers and everything will take some getting used to. All right, let's see what the acceleration's like. Jenny, are you ready? So it's not the Y Performance. But actually, I believe it's only a little bit slower. My Y does 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, and I think this one is 3.8 seconds. I can get used to the open view of the speedometer and stuff right in front of me instead of over here to the side. Regen brake feels good on it. So overall, what do you think? Do you like this? How does it feel compared to our Y?
Size is absolutely bigger cheaper than what he have Model Y. It's comfortable.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this big open space up here. I like having the view of the sky and everything, but in terms of this being just wide open, I think I like it better with our current car where you have a little bit of a block from the sun up there. The build quality in this is nice. The build quality is definitely nicer than what it is in the Y. I think Tesla's made huge improvements over the last few years in their build quality. Everything in here just seems nice and tight and very well put together. This cream colored interior is pretty attractive as well. We have the white color interior on our car, and actually I'm a big fan of that. So you might be wondering, did we pull the trigger and get a new X? Well, we didn't. We had two primary reasons for this. Number one, our car is nearly paid off. With 51,000 miles on it, still has a lot of life left in it. Second, our current loan is a 2.19% interest rate. The loan on the new car would be 6.49%. The difference in interest spent would outweigh the benefit we would get from the $7,500 EV credit. So for now, we're keeping the Model Y Performance, and it's a great car. We've got a lot of wonderful memories with this car. Going to make a lot more before we get rid of it. But I am curious, for those of you that have been looking at electric vehicles, is the new EV incentive at point of sale enough to make you pull the trigger? If so, what model would you choose and why? Drop a comment down below. Let us know if you'll be taking advantage of this new EV credit at point of sale. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a like, a comment, consider subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one.